Joining me now is the Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council, Art Del Cueto, and Terrell County, Texas Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland. Well, Art, we've seen this coming for a while. We've had the warnings, and it's here.
Unfortunately, it is, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. I'm sorry to tell you this. Even, past November, because there's a lot of cleaning up to do, there's been just too many individuals that have been allowed into this country, not properly vetted, and they just continue to ask for asylum. And you know what? It's continuing to happen. It hasn't stopped. It's going to continue. They're going to continue to come across because they realize all they have to do is ask for asylum. And what's even worse is, even with another presidency, when President Trump comes into office, they're not going to have enough information to hand over to the other administration because they haven't kept track of all these individuals that they've allowed in already. So it is quite a mess, and it's unfortunate. We're going to continue to see this because, we're looking at a failed border. And when you're looking at that city council saying, hey, you guys, the meeting's adjourned, I think that's another page from this current administration of what they've been doing for the last 3.5 years.
Sheriff, when you see these stories coming out of Springfield, Ohio, when you see them in Alabama, obviously we've seen crime in pretty much every part of the country, and you're there on the front lines. What kind of advice can you give to leaders in these other cities from your own experiences of how to deal with this?
Howdy, Mark. Thank you for having me tonight, and Art, good to see you, brother. Mark, and the way you started the segment off, about, we've been saying this was going to happen. I've been saying it for almost the last 2.5 years since I retired from the U.S. Border Patrol and took over as county sheriff here in Terrell County. And unfortunately, these, not just states, sanctuary cities, municipalities, and counties, they need to get back to the rule of law. They've played politics rather than securing their communities, and now they're paying the price. We're not going to see anything different, as Art said, until we get a new president into the White House, and it's going to take a president that lets the rest of the world know that you're not going to cross our borders illegally. And this isn't about immigration, and it's not. It's about border security. Immigration and border security are two separate things. We have to secure a border to keep bad people and bad things from coming to the United States of America.
Art, we are here now 2 days away from the 23rd anniversary of 9/11, and we've seen it where even the Biden administration, the FBI director, the Homeland Security director, and others are saying that we are more susceptible, more at risk of another 9/11 style attack than we have been since right up to the days prior to 9/11 because of the undocumented, the unvetted, the people on the terror watch list that have been allowed in under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Right, that's exactly right. And this administration is the one that has allowed them in. Look, like you said, we're just a couple of days away from 9/11, but how quickly so many individuals have forgotten the suffering that we went through. And look, it's not a racial thing. I'm going to stop it right there because I know people start using some quotes and say, oh, look, it's a racial. It has nothing to do with race. At the end of the day, you have people from all over the world that have been allowed to come into the country unvetted, and a lot of those people want to see us, come down. They want to see us. They want to do harm to our country. They want to do harm to American lives, and that's what it comes down to. The sheriff is 100% right. It's not just about immigration. It's about securing our nation's borders.
Art Del Cueto, Thaddeus Cleveland, thanks for joining us tonight on Prime News.